So now that we've masked out the hatching behind, we've added a hatch over the concrete slab. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to add in components like our brickwork. So we're going to add in brick and run it up the building, and same with the block work. But instead of us bringing in one brick and copying it up through the building, what we can do is we can use a repeating detail component. By default, the brickwork will be selected, and also make sure that it is a section brickwork, because we also have a plan brickwork. So obviously in plan view, we'll use the plan. So there's our section brickwork. In the draw panel, just the two different ways that we can place the brick. Next, we'll just attach to the top of the window head, run it right up the building. Again, just clicking outside of the crop view, because again, it won't be seen, so it's not important. And that there is our repeating brick. So I'll do the same for the block work. So it's block work 100 millimeters. And that's our block work. So now that we've used the repeating component, we can now just go to a detail component, which is just the single elements. So if we then go to our type selector, we can see a few different components we can choose from. First one we're going to use there is the wall tie. So detail item wall tie section. Pull it out and just place it between the brick and the block, and then I'm going to copy it up like so. As well, other components that we can use if they're not in the type selector, we'll go to our load family. Once we're in the library, we'll go to detail items. And in here, this is all of the 2D details that we can choose from. So the one I'm going to go in to choose from is in the F masonry folder. Then go to F30, and there's lintels. I'm going to choose the open back steel lintel. And here we have a menu to choose the type of lintel that we want to bring in. So we have the different columns there. There's our inner leaf width, cavity, and the external toe length, as well as the depth. So our inner leaf width is 100 millimeters, and our cavity is 95. So we'll scroll down because now we're on 48. So if we come down, 88 will do. So we come up to 188. And we can choose the 140. So the one I'm going to use today is the CG90 100 by 140. So the inner leaf 100, cavity width 88, external toe length 95, depth of 140. Press OK, and then I can drop it into place. And once it's in, then again, just using my arrow keys to adjust its position. As well, what I'm going to look for is a window head section. So go back into the component, load family, detail items, L for windows, L10. And third one down, we have detail items, fixed window head section. Open and place. As well, if we go back to the component, load family, detail items, if we go to K, linings, sheathings, dry partitioning, K10, and in there we have the gypsum sheeting section. Open, and we'll choose the 12.5, press OK. like so. So there we can place it over the existing plasterboard that's there. So as well with the ceiling here, we can go to, again, back into component. We have a ceiling tie with ceiling board. So there's our suspended ceiling section. So we have a suspended ceiling section. The ties are a bit too long, so we just have to go to select it, edit the type, go to suspension cable length. So if we reduce it down to 135, and as well we can go get some ceiling board. So open, now we can use the 19 by 600 by 600, and we can place it in. So there's a lot of different detail items in there in the component section. It's just a case of going through it one day and seeing what's in there. Again, these are just supplied by Autodesk. Over time, you'll start to build your own library, and you can save that in a separate file and access it through the load family. As well, there's multiple different family types that you have to download from the internet, so then you can start to develop your library itself.